So, you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Great! The first question is why? Seriously, save yourself, it's not too late. But for those of you who are ready to drink the dragon-made Kool-Aid and look at flowcharts for Eldritch Gods, then this game is for you. You see, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game, which means you're going to interact with your opponent, or at least that's what the propagandists would like you to believe. If you go up against someone who knows what they're doing, then most likely they're going to play solitaire, then tell you GG's, shake my hand. But chances are you're not going to get into the TCG anytime soon, and you're going to be playing Master Duel, which is a lot better for beginners because it has the entirety of the population of Los Angeles ketamine addicts, meaning you're going to see so many strange and wild decks that almost anything becomes playable. And I mean anything. I played with a randomly generated deck and I was still able to win a few matches. If you don't know how to build a deck and that's your biggest hurdle for getting into the game, don't worry, just steal it online like the rest of us. Now, let's get into how to actually play the game. Well, first up, you and your opponent boot into a match, and then you decide whether or not you want to go first or if you want to lose. You draw 5 cards in your starting hand, then you go ahead and look at it and see how you can play those cards. You see, comboing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like comboing in a fighting game. You have your combo starters, your combo extenders, and your combo enders. Combo starters are typically cards that allow you to search for other cards that are important for your deck. Your extenders are cards that allow you to get your combo back on track once your opponent activated their 4 hand traps. Your combo enders are cards you leave on your board once you pass it to your opponent that have something we like to call interaction. If a card negates, that's interaction. If a card destroys, that's interaction. If a card banishes, that interaction. Anything that stops your opponent from playing is known as interaction. Now, don't get discouraged. When you start, most likely you're going to be building Blue Eyes White Dragon Pass. But in the future, you too will be building 12k damage on board through 4 negations. Call her Parlor the way she made my dragon. Now, if you want to figure out how a deck combos, that's a really good question. 90% of people don't know how to do it either. Fortunately, Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't about comboing. There's many playstyles available to you, all the way from a 50-step Synchro Summon to Set 4 Pass. Let's start with the one everyone hates, combo decks. A combo deck is a deck that combos, using a bunch of smaller pieces to eventually build to a much larger pieces, much like the Synchron archetype. Playing combo decks in paper is the same as committing a war crime though, as you pick your deck up and down 30 times and accidentally run out of time before you've even finished your first turn. So if you plan on starting with one of these, please for the love of God know what your combos are. Control decks are the exact opposite. They set 3 face downs and summon Eldritch and then pass. It's really that simple, and they have the exact same amount of interaction that the combo deck has. Beatdown decks are deck that makes big monsters and then goes second, so everyone point and laugh at them as it'll always be a mid-tier archetype. And then finally, there's the alternate win con decks. These decks try to be a little quirky, going for win conditions such as summoning Exodia, milling out your opponent, dealing enough effect damage that it kills you, or, in better instances, try to kill themselves before they kill you. Now, the problem with most Yu-Gi-Oh! Tutorials is they get into the nitty-gritty of what a missed timing is and what an after-damage calculation step, what the hell. So here's how I'll help you out. All that shit is nerd shit, and you don't need half of it. If you want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Find some cards that look cool, look online for how to build some of these cards, then have fun clicking buttons with friends and enjoy the mundane bullshit of it all. Duels can in fact swing back and forth between either opponent in the matter of 1 card, and it's wildly exciting. But there's also the chance that your opponent has 18 forms of interaction and you have 3 cards in hand. So, don't play too seriously and just have fun. As always, I've been Old Reliable, and thank you all for watching. If you wanted to get into this game and don't know anyone to play with, don't worry. I have a Discord full of people who are also learning this game. If you want to cancel me on Twitter.com, I go by Old Reliable FGC on there. And if you want to see what one of my Schizo episodes are like, follow Relly Renhard on Twitch. I'm about 500 subs away from being forced to make this video, so if you want to see that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Or if you're upset with my hideous actions during 1983 and the awful war crimes I've committed, then go ahead and unsubscribe. It could not matter less.